from the black perspective. So if you weren't expecting spoiler talk that wasn't going to talk about black things, just know that you're in the wrong place. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Alright. So now let's talk about the spoilers. If you guys haven't watched my other video, I'll have it linked up above. This is a spoiler review. This is my warning to you. I've already explained a little bit about this movie. Us is a movie directed by Jordan Peele. He wrote it, directed it, and produced it. It's more so of a sci-fi horror than anything else. The whole element of the twins or the clones, as they described in the movie, living below us in tunnels is so weird. I mean, the whole idea of the souls being linked, it's weird, but it's also definitely very sci-fi, you know? And it was something that I wish that they have delved into just a little bit, because there's a lot of inconsistencies that I was like, I got home and I was like, wait a minute. Like, I suspended my disbelief in order to watch it because it was so good and so different. But there was things that I just didn't get. For the culture, it was great to see a dark skin, like a truly dark skinned black woman in a lead role playing a character where she did a dual version of herself. Totally unexpected part of it was the fact that there was white people in this movie. I did not expect that. For whatever reason, because of the way the trailer was shot, I just thought it was about this isolated event with this black family seeing carbon copies of themselves that are trying to kill them. And I was like, is this like a psychological thriller? Like, is Lupita actually crazy? You know, like, what is going on? That is what I thought in the beginning. Just the fact that it's billed with Lupita, a woman, and this is her movie. I mean, the rest of the cast is great. Elizabeth Moss, I mean, she's wonderful. The husband I've never really seen before. It was fun to have like these twin daughters. It's just nice to see a movie where like even the white people that are in it are people you haven't seen. You know, sometimes you just want to see a movie with a completely different cast. It could have one or two people that you recognize from something, but it's so refreshing to have actors that you don't know, that you don't see in everything be in a movie. And it's great. It's really fun that this movie made $29 million on its opening night, and it is led by a black woman. It is great that there are people that are going out to see this movie. They're opening the way so that we could have different women and different people headline a movie and actually have it do good. Jordan has changed the game. The thriller horror genre will never be the same again. And he is at the forefront and he is leading the charge, and I love it. So the acting, but at first you don't know what's going on. You're like, why is this family here? What do they want with Lupita's family? Like, everyone's scared. There's like the tension. I mean, Shahidi, her alter ego, I mean, girl, I mean, those acting chops, okay? The little boy, Jason, his alter ego, Pluto, those acting chops. I'm like, yes, show us some dynamic, show us some dimension. I love the fact that when they're on the beach and the twins try to come up to Zora and tell her that her brother is weird, and she's just like the unbotheredness. She wasn't worried the fact that the girls didn't want to hang out with her. She wasn't worried about anybody else. Girlfriend had her headphones on. She was sitting on the beach and she was minding her own black business, and I loved it. She wasn't feeling like, oh, they don't want to play with me, or they don't want to hang out with me, or feeling some kind of desire to like be their friends. And like her brother was just doing his thing and he was living his life. And it just was like so refreshing to see this black family just be unbothered. So let's get to the story and let's get to the plot lines that I didn't get. I don't understand how the character below, I don't understand the characters below. How did they all get those red uniforms? When did they start cloning humans? And when did they stop cloning humans? If she had the baby below and the babies came out crazy, why? Why are they all killers? How did she teach them to kill? Why were they eating raw rabbits? Like, if up above, if they know what's happening up above because their souls are connected, why don't they know how to cook? Where did they get the scissors? So where did they get the lesbian Birkenstocks? When did they stop physically doing the same movements as the people above? Like, how did they mobilize? How did she get 1 million of them? I mean, it was enough of them to be able to hold hands from one coast to the other. Like, how is that possible? I need some answers, Jordan. Also, why was she so fast? If you're living underground and subterranean, how are you able to snatch up your baby boy and run down the stairs and do all that? So I'm just going to skip to the end because that's the part where I felt like there was the most plot holes, right? So after you get to the end of it, you realize that this whole entire time that the Lupita Nyong'o character is nervous about being at Santa Cruz Beach because she's nervous about the fact that that is where she comes from. Even though she hasn't been there since she was 7 years old, or like 6, girl, because she was young when she switched the places with the real Adelaide, right? It's really interesting to go back to know that her mother knew that the child wasn't the same, that she always was kind of off-kiltered, but she, I mean, acclimated to the world good enough to be able to find a husband and live a life. The fact that she could actually feel the other person getting closer. Was there anyone else that could feel their clone getting closer or feel like something was going on? It feels like no. It feels like the other family who was affected, they didn't feel anything weird was happening. And a lot of the scary stuff happens because you don't know what the twins or the alter egos are gonna do. And oh my God, when Shahida is running down the street, she's like, you run. And I'm like, but that's your daughter. That's still your daughter. Right? If you wanted to come over and take over this life, like, why wouldn't you throw away your creepo daughter and keep that daughter? Like, I just felt like there was a lot of weird things that the old Adelaide did that didn't make any sense. If she was mad, she only had one person to be mad at. If the Adelaide that switched with her could figure out how to get out and get up, why couldn't she just get out and get up and be with her family and be like, who is this bitch? Listen, she's my twin. Mom, I'm the real daughter. I woke up below with my throat crushed. It was crazy because I was wondering why she was the only person that could talk. She was the only person out of them that could speak, and that was because she was the original. She was the one who originally lived up above. Girl, I mean, I feel like this spoiler talk is all over the place because I'm assuming you've already watched it, but there was a lot of plot holes that I just didn't understand. I really feel like there's going to be a conversation that goes, okay, you think about it just being a standalone movie in the genre of thriller horror, but then you also think about it as being a Black movie. It gave me so much excitement to see a good movie added to a genre in which people that look like me are not represented. I loved it, and it was just so original. You know, when you want to yell and you want to tell the characters what to do, there wasn't a lot of those moments, and so that was really nice. There were sometimes I had to plug my ears and I was just like, girl, like, what are you doing? What's happening right now? Another thing that I found to be interesting, if the son Jason could control Pluto, remember when he was walking backwards with his arms spreads and he got Pluto to kill himself by walking into the fire? Why couldn't any of the other ones control their clones? And at the end, when Jason was looking at his mom like, you were the one from down there, I wanted to be like, Jason, you can be frustrated with your mom, or you could be like, oh, that's really weird that my mom originally was a clone and came from down there. But your mom lived up on the surface way longer than her 7-year-old self. So that woman is your mom. Like, in all intents and purposes, like, there's no reason for you to be scared of her because she is the person who, in fact, had you. So it doesn't matter what she did to her clone, 20 years ago. This is where we're at right now. Like, that's your mom. But it is crazy to think that that's what happened. But she was, I don't know I'm not on anyone's side when it comes to that. Little girl walked away from her dad when they told her not to. Okay? They told her not to stay with her dad, and she walked away, and then she got switched with her clone. I mean, it's fucked up, but like, you was coming to the surface to do what, ma'am? To kill everyone? Because that's exactly what she did, is literally mobilize all the clones down below to come up and kill all of the humans who know how to do Earth things and manage. So what were they gonna do? Did she want a family? Her family? She already had a family. She should have worked on them. I don't know. Okay, you guys, so that's the end of this video. If you have anything that I missed, if you have anything you want to talk about, let's have a kiki and a conversation in the comments section. All right, you guys, remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.